Hey, welcome into the Sing Truth Podcast alongside Mike Evans. I am Mark Schlereth. Thank you so much for making us a part of your day. Continue to subscribe. We're growing at 17,000. 17,000, so we've gone way, way up. So thank you so much. Trying to get to 25,000. And something special is going to happen when we hit there. When we hit 25,000, it's going to be open up the floodgates. It's going to be good for you guys.
Yeah?
Really good for you. Oh, yeah.
Really good?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Like you watching film this morning?
Oh, my God.
Folks, only you want to talk about what gets Mark Schlereth excited? Okay? Like all of us have things that get us fired up. How about you?
Dude, you know what? After I watched this film this morning, I was up this morning, 3:45, sucking back coffee, doing my routine, right? I was driving in today, Olivia Newton-John.
Oh,
I was in the 80s. Let's get physical, physical. I want to let me hear your body talk. Let's get animal. I mean, she was hot back in the day.
She was hot.
Smoking.
Yeah.
Olivia Newton-John. I'm watching the Carolina Panthers, and I'm talking tie on the doorknob, shut the door, do not come in here, honey. I mean, take your shirt off and have a pack of cigarettes. Just have a heater after your work. The Carolina Panthers, the last 2 weeks, and last week against the Dallas Cowboys, you want to talk about the best, without question, without equivocation, the best run game film I have seen all season long. And I'm talking about doing it with a backup center, with a backup right guard, and a backup right tackle. And I'm talking about smashing the Dallas Cowboys. And I mean smashing them. They average 7.6 yards a play on first down. I mean, their double teams, their tracks, as an offensive line, their togetherness, their tracks on inside zone, just coming off the ball and just smashing the Dallas Cowboys. And they don't even have to worry about blocking the second level, Mike, because they were taking the first level, the down guys, and shoving them into the backers' feet. The backers were like, oh, shoot, and whoop, Rico Dowdle just taking off down the football field. Double teams that were throwing dudes, tossing dudes out the club. Get the fuck out of here, right? I mean, just ass over tea kettle. I mean, they're driving fools. I mean, to the point where I'm like, they don't even have to get off at the linebackers because the linebackers are protecting themselves as the defensive linemen are getting tossed out of the clubs. Give me the velvet ropes. No, you're not allowed in here. You probably, I've never been tossed out of club, but you probably got tossed out of club in your day.
Yeah.
Because you've got a little bit of that red ass
got
to
that
you.
little northeast red ass.
Yeah, you got a little mass hole in you that you get tossed out of. I've never been tossed out of the club.
I get a little lippy.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
I can get a little lippy.
I'm a lover, not a fighter. I didn't get tossed out of the club. They tossed dudes out the club. Good thing the Dallas Cowboys got rid of that bum Micah Parsons who couldn't defend the run. Good thing, because thank goodness they got rid of that turd, because you know what? They are so much better now as guys are just getting run roughshod through.
Didn't Jerry come out after that game and say, yeah, we probably should look to add another defensive player?
Another defensive player. I mean, how about all the defense? Like, they have got to be, and I haven't watched every one of their games, like studied every one of their games. They have got to be the worst team in football in regards to giving up explosive runs and explosive passes. Like every other, do you get explosive? It is like an episode. You ever watch Oprah Winfrey back in the day, like during the holidays, right? And she would give away all kinds of shit.
Oh, yeah, every day, yeah.
You get a car, you get a car, you get a car, whatever it was. It's like you get 20, you get 20, you get 20, you get 20. They're the most altruistic team in football. The Dallas Cowboys are the most altruistic team in football.
So is what okay, as much
they're
as
like the prom date that can't say no. Like everybody wants to take her to the prom. Like just like they're just getting run roughshod.
Well, so was what Carolina did.
Can you say that, by the way?
Well, you just did. Was what Carolina did so impressive, or was it just Dallas being really bad? Much like we hear locally going on and on about what the Broncos did defensively against the Jets last week with the 9 sacks and everything like that. Was the Broncos defense that great, or was the Jets offense just?
Yeah, there's always going to be a little bit of both, right? There's going to be a little bit of both. But I'm just gonna tell you, like, that was teaching clinic tape. What the Carolina Panthers did was just teaching clinic. I mean, I'm at 4:00 in the morning this morning texting Dave Canales, the head coach of the Carolina Panthers, and just being like, dude, man, that was clinic tape.
Is what you saw then, is that a great message to teams that maybe are getting in their own way offensively, that they're trying to do too many things and they're trying to be so, multidimensional on offense? And whereas Carolina just said, let's just figure out some simple things to do and go and do it. And keep doing it over and over. Is it a lesson to be learned by a lot of NFL teams?
Yeah. The other thing is the infectious nature of success. Like, when you have some success, and I'll tell you the other thing, because I'm texting with Canales this morning, and I was just like, dude, this is clinic tape, man. Congrats. Like, this is clinic tape. It's awesome. Just awesome. What you've built here, what you're building right now, especially with a bunch of backup offensive linemen, right? Now, the cool thing for them is they returned all 9 guys. All 9 of their players from last year, they returned them. So when they got injuries, when their center went down and went on IR, when their right guard went down, went on IR, last week their right tackle is injured and can't play. All of those guys that replaced them had been there for a while. All those guys, Cade Mays at center, Brady Christensen at right guard, Josh Neiman at right tackle, they have all played in that system. So it's not like they're like never played in the system, right? It's not like they haven't been coached in the last couple of years in the system. So that definitely helped. There's no question about that. But I'm talking about clinic tape. And the other thing is, and this is so good, man. This is just so good. And you can learn a lot about how you should operate. There's so much out there in today's game. Everybody's got a candidate package. Everybody wants to get into a premium play. Everybody wants to get the proper look. Everybody wants, and all that stuff it's got its place, right? It's important. But there is something to be said about lining up with a call it and run it tank play and beating the shit out of somebody. You can win a ton of football games if you can do that. And the Carolina Panthers just lined up. They went total Globo Gym on them. We're better than you, and we know it. We don't give a shit if you know what we're doing. We're going to come off this ball, and we're going to shorten your freaking neck and see how you respond to it. The other thing is, man, they base out at tight zone. They're a base tight zone team, and then they ran tight zone. They ran duo, which is double team front side with multiple tight ends, and they ran some tight zone, some duo, and a little power off their tight zone. So they basically lived in 3 distinct areas. And here's the other thing, and this is what I mentioned. Why I mentioned I was texting with Canales. He said Rico Dowdle has come in here at the running back position and really set the tone. Because I'm like, where's all of a sudden your tight end, like Tommy Tremble, number 82, is whooping ass on the end of the line of scrimmage? I mean, he's just killing me. Like, how did this happen all of a sudden? And then all of a sudden I see Tetaroa McMillan, your rookie wide receiver, crushing dudes. Hunter Renfrow getting into it. A guy that was basically going through the motions earlier in the year, Leggett, is hunting people down in the box, trying to get involved. And he's like, man, it changed. The violence that number 5 Rico Dowdle runs with has changed it. And the first thing that resonated with me, Mike, was we get so enamored with the fantasy football bullshit. We get so enamored with height, speed, weight. What's his 40 time? Look at how explosive his vertical jump is. Look at this, that, and the other. Dude, you want to win in this game? Beat people up. And I'm telling you what, that was for the Dallas Cowboys, that was wave the white flag film. Please end this game. Just right here. Please end this game because we are getting our asses handed to us. And I've been there, man. I played defense in college. There's nothing more humiliating than somebody driving the ball down your throat at 6-7 yards a clip, and there's nothing you can do about it.
It's coming.
You know it's coming. And then your ability to set up your quarterback. And listen, man, Bryce Young he's just done this, Mike. He's gone from, and he keeps getting better. But a lot of that, is what you're doing around him. It's I'm excited to see him. I always make fun of being the official broadcaster of the Carolina Panthers. I've got Carolina Jets this weekend, and the Jets are pretty damn good. They got some good defensive players.
Yeah, we'll see.
And they play, and they dominated the Denver Broncos. I mean, they whooped that ass.
Yeah. So
I'm excited to see this kind of this to me is a little bit of a strength on strength. We'll see what happens.
All right, could be a 12-9 football game, and this
going to be the most exciting 12-9 football game you will ever see.
This guy will be going crazy over a 12-9 football game. Let's get to some of the games. All right, let's pick up with Dallas. Okay, coming off this loss, Washington coming off a loss, classic NFC East rivalry. You know it so well. As you look at that NFC East right now, if you had to re-handicap it based on where you thought it was at the beginning of the season to what you see now, does it still stay the same or has it changed at all?
Well, I think it's completely. I think if you're Washington right now, hell, if you're the Giants right now, you're looking like, man, we can get in this thing. Giants physical defense, and just like I said with Rico Dowdle. How Rico Dowdle has changed the perspective you have as an offense, where all of a sudden every tight end now that you have in Carolina can block. The receivers are like, oh, let me get involved in this. This looks fun. And Cam Scatterbo has done that for the New York Giants. Just his ability, he's just running people over and then in blitz pickup, blocking guys and knocking them out and all that kind of stuff. And and Jackson Dart has played better. There's an energy with the New York Giants, and there's a believability that you would look at them and go, man, we can win this division. Philadelphia is not playing good. Their quarterback is not playing good. There are issues within that franchise right now with A.J. Brown, and there's something that stinks. There's something that stinks, and I mean, somebody left a floater inside that facility, and nobody knows how to flush it down. Something stinks in that facility. You walk through, and you're like, "What is that?"
So this is more than just the defending champs have gone into that part of the season where they're getting bored.
No, it's more than that. It's some of the losses they had on defense. There doesn't feel like there's harmony in the offensive side of the ball. It feels like, hey, we're going to try to make our quarterback a drop back guy. He's not. It's all that. It's all that stuff. They have lost their identity, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because certain players decided they want to have a little bit more of the action, and whether that's a receiver, whether that's the quarterback, I don't know. I'm not inside that facility, but that place stinks. If I'm Washington or if I'm the Giants, I believe I can win that division.
Okay.
I really do. In Washington, you
don't see any kind of a slippage with Washington or a market correction for Washington after what they did last year to this year?
Well, I think you always saw there was going to be a market correction because they won all those one-score games and all those final drives and completed at one. What did they have? 41 or 21 to 23 fourth down conversions, something crazy. It was something crazy like that. So you knew there was going to be somewhat of a market correction. They're sitting at 3-3 right now.
Last year, Jaden Daniels isn't fumbling that ball. and handing Chicago a win.
And then and then you look at Jaden Daniels. He missed a couple of games with an injury, with the knee injury. So there's a little bit of that stuff going on. So I knew there was going to be somewhat of a market correction, but can they still win this division? Without question, they can win this division. And if you're looking at Dallas right now, you're looking at Dallas's defense and their propensity to give up big plays, and what Carolina just did to what Carolina did to him. I'm just telling you right now, and I've said this before, and I've used this joke before, I'll use it again. The sisters were kinder to Landy Dufresne in Shawshank Redemption than the Carolina Panthers were to the Dallas Cowboys. There are dudes doing 5 to 10 in state pen that did less to get there than what Carolina did to the Dallas Cowboys. It was bad.
You like Washington this week?
I do like Washington. Yes.
Okay.
Without question.
Okay. Does Philly get back right against Minnesota? On the road at Minnesota? Or is this malaise?
Maybe what's gone on with Philly here, and maybe this is the market correction. Maybe this is sit down and say, hey, man, we got to get back to what we actually are as opposed to what we've been trying to do. So I think this is market correction. I think Philadelphia wins this, but they're not the Philadelphia Eagles we remember.
Got a lot of Giant fans, got a lot of Bronco fans watching us. This is an interesting game on Sunday between those two teams because the Giants, they come in with a lot of momentum. They've had the last week and a half, people patting them on the back, telling them how great they are and everything about Jackson Dart and Cam Scadaboo, what they've brought, the energy. Now they got to come on the road. Now they've had 2 really good signature home wins against the Chargers, against the Eagles, but tucked in there in the middle was that loss to New Orleans on the road. You got a Denver team that's won 3 in a row, but did not look good offensively against the Jets. They're coming back from London. Do they have any kind of a hangover, jet lag, whatever like that? Kind of interesting matchup. Yeah. Broncos-Giants.
As a Broncos fan, I'm nervous about this one. I really am. I mean, defensively, the Giants are really damn good. Like, Burns can really rush the passer. You got Abdul Carter. You got Thibodeau. You got Sexy Dexy. Like, they can play on their defensive front seven can dominate. And the Broncos just literally get their ass kicked. And it is not only technique that is abhorrent. And like I said, I'd like to send that Carolina film over to the Broncos facility and go, this is how you should run this stuff. But with the motions and the shifts and complexity is awesome, Mike, until it's not awesome. And they're so complex with all their shifts and their motions and their personnel groupings. That's great. I mean, the very first play of the game, the Broncos line up and they run an easy pitch, outside pitch play, right? They're running like a pin and pull kind of pitch play, crack toss we call it, crack pitch, and they motion a fullback he's sitting in like a strong, formation like this, quarterback, fullback, tailback, right? So they motion him across outside, and when you motion and change the strength of an offensive formation, you know what happens to the defense? Your defense moves, right? Those guys on the other side of the ball are allowed to move. And so this is the first play of the game. You've known that this was going to be the first play of the game since Saturday. You not only have known it was going to be called, but you've walked through. You've done a walkthrough on it. So they motion, linebacker shifts like 2 feet. It's the left guard's responsibility. And he moves 2 feet. It's like he put on the cloak of invisibility from Harry Potter. The left guard goes, and he just goes one step toward him and goes, okay, I'm not going to block him. And then somebody's running down there having tackling practice. Like the mistakes, the lack of being able to identify the defense and who we've got to block, it's mind-boggling to me. And it's simple stuff. And so it scares me. And then I do believe the Giants, after watching that film against the Jets, where the Jets had no answers in protection, that was embarrassing. the Giants will have answers in protection. They are not going to let Nick Bonito and Jonathan Cooper just unabated to the quarterback, right? Just, hey, you guys take these two guys, we'll be all right. That ain't going to happen. They will have a plan in slide. They will have a plan in double teaming and chipping and doing some of the things that they will do. This game's going to be tighter than mouse nuts now. This is not going to be a blowout. This is going to be, I think it's like a 7.5 point spread. This game is going to be a one-score game late in the fourth quarter either way.
Quickly, we'll get to a couple other games. Then we got question Mark, a lot of your questions that we'll run through and get Mark to answer. But some of the other premier games, Detroit and Tampa, looking ahead to Monday night. Mm-hmm. I'm still trying to get that feeling. Is Tampa all that? Is Tampa all that, or are they just a really good team, but you don't see the potential for greatness with them? They're really good, but do you see greatness there?
They're really good, and think about this. They're winning games without you.
Yep.
Mike Evans.
Yeah.
They're winning games without Chris Godwin.
Yep.
Bucky Irvin.
Yep.
Like they have lost. I think even Ibuka went out last week.
I mean, they were going with, Tez
Johnson.
Tez Johnson. Bo Nix's brother.
I'm gonna tell you, as long as Baker Mayfield is being Baker Mayfield, he's the MVP of the league. Yeah, they're for real.
What's Baker's superpower? Like we watch the great quarterbacks out there. If this guy's an emerging MVP quarterback, what makes Baker Baker? And when you say Baker needs to keep being Baker, what's that?
His boo rating, his balls over opponent. Like that dude is just freaking. He's a superhero. Like if it was just if his thing would be like his superpower is just gigantic balls,
right,
and he was a superhero. He'd be like, "Hey, quick, Baker! Those people are drowning. That boat's going down." He just throw his balls out into the water, and everybody get on his balls, and they'd be floating, and then you just start pulling them in. Or
you never disappoint.
Right.
You never disappoint me.
Or there's like Godzilla or what's King Kong hanging on a building. He's swatting down plays. Yeah. Baker, help! And the ball's just running around. And it chokes out King Kong. Then he yanks him off the building with his balls.
His balls.
His balls.
His balls are a superhero.
He's yes.
Seriously, this is good. No, this is good. I want to.
All right.
I want to follow this thread here a little bit more.
Yeah.
Can you think of, or who is the last quarterback to play this well, to be an MVP candidate, where that's the way they played, that was their superpower, that they were such a force of nature that way, that's what made him a great quarterback? Brett Favre?
Yeah, Brett Favre. I think John Gruden said it best. He's a combination of Brett Favre and Rocky Balboa.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Favre would be the last quarterback you'd have to go back to think about a Baker type vibe.
Yeah, just have that. Just like, like the Brett Favre story. Like, what the hell is nickel? Have you ever heard him tell that story?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you share it? It's a good story.
So he's deep into his career.
Yeah. He's
deep into
12,
his career.
13 years in or something.
And Ty Detmer, and they're putting, they're in the meeting, and Holmgren is doing whatever Holmgren does, talking about this, that, and the other. And Ty Detmer's the backup quarterback, right? And they come waltzing out of the meeting. Brett Favre is all country and whatever, Mississippi. And so they're talking about nickel and nickel defense. And so for those who don't know, when we talk nickel defense, you're basically taking out the weak side will linebacker and replacing him with a safety or corner.
5 DBs.
5 defensive backs.
Yeah, nickel.
But you're taking out one linebacker and you're putting in another guy. And so they're walking out of the meeting, and Brett turns to Ty Detmer kind of just under his breath. Like, when you don't know something that everybody knows, and you're not 100% sure. You're like nervous about asking. We've all been in that situation in class. Like, what the hell does that mean? And so he goes, "Hey, Ty," he's like, "The hell's nickel?" And Ty goes, he's like, "Are you kidding me, right? You're messing with me, right?" He goes, "No, what's nickel?" Ty goes, "Well, that's when we take out the weak side linebacker. The defense takes out the weak side linebacker and puts in a defensive back instead." And Brett goes, "You still have 11 guys on the field?" And Ty goes, "Yeah, it's 11 guys on the field. They take out that 50 number and put it with a 30 number." He goes, "That's it?" And Ty goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Who gives a shit?"
That's great.
It's just
that's awesome.
Yeah. So anyhow, I mean, it's just it's
awesome.
incredible, right?
Yeah, that's talking about boiling it down to its basic, right? So what are we overthinking?
Yeah, he's
for?
like, right. He's like, we still got 11, right? Who gives a shit? Like, what do I care? So yeah, I mean, that's awesome. Baker's just. Right. I mean. He just is. Right, the guy's been incredible. All right.
That's a great comp.
You want to get to some questions?
Let's get to some questions. I love this. These are all questions that have been sent in to you on via Twitter, right?
Yeah, via Twitter.
And so let's get to some of these questions. This one I love because I've always thought about this one too. This is from Eric. Mark, why don't teams dress everyone on the 53-man roster every day? The whole inactive thing seems stupid to me. I couldn't agree more. You got 53 guys on the roster. Why do you have to only have 46 on the game day roster?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
It's just one of those rules that they and maybe it's like, hey, let's strategize or whatever. But you make the team, but you're not really on the team on game day. Like, I've never understood, even when I was playing, it was that way, and I didn't understand it then. Like, why can't we just dress everybody?
Right.
You're still paying the guys. Like, what the hell does it matter? And maybe there's a strategy, like, hey, man, are we going to dress a, fifth wide receiver, sixth wide receiver, or are we going to a linebacker or whatever? Like, one of the ways that we got around that in Denver, or we didn't get around it, but one of the things that happened in Denver was Mike Shanahan was kind of the creator of this. He started dressing 7 offensive linemen so you could have an extra kind of coverage guy on special teams or whatever. And so you had to have your 5 starters, and then you had to have a swing guy inside that could go guard, center, guard, and then you had a swing tackle that could play both right tackle and left tackle. And that's how we did it. And Mike Shanahan was really, our teams in the mid-'90s were really the team that basically created a situation where it was only 7 offensive linemen dressing, which was kind of unique at the time. So, but again, it's a great question. I'm with you. Why do we do it? I have no idea. It's stupid to me.
This one's from Danny. Stink. I'm a lifelong diehard Steelers fan. Is this year's version fool's gold?
No, they can play. Simplified the running game under Arthur Smith. They've got multiple tight ends that can really control the edges of their offense, and that allows pressure to be taken off your quarterback who's 41. And let me just say this, they can play the quick game to the tight ends. They can get their one-on-one matchups with DK Metcalf. If Metcalf wins, great. If not, check it down to a back or to a tight end and move on, and they can protect their quarterback. And I told you this last year, man, Aaron Rodgers legit. He can still throw it. He doesn't move quite as well as he used to move and all that kind of stuff. But I think the way they have formulated the team fits what Aaron Rodgers' strengths and weaknesses are. And then if they keep playing this way, this defense is just going to get better and better and better. I think they're going to run away with the AFC North.
From Mike asking, why are we having so many blocked field goals this year? It seems like there's been more this year. It does seem like there's been more. You talk to coaches every single week. Is there a thing happening here, or is this just pure coincidence?
I don't think it's pure coincidence. I think it's more like how many long field goals are being tried.
I get you.
And there's more field goals being kicked. There's more field goals long being tried. And when you get into these, like nowadays, you hit 55, man. Like in my time, that was punt. Very rarely did you ever hit a 55-yard field goal. I mean, the percentages were minuscule at the time. And so when you're hitting these long field goals, what do the kickers have to do? They got to drive the ball a little bit more. So I think it's just a combination of a lot more field goals being attempted, a lot longer field goals being attempted, and having to drive the ball with long field goals.
Another one here from Brian Z, who asks, Mark, huge Bronco fan here. Why should I not overreact to the poor offensive performance in the Jets win, or should I overreact?
You should overreact. I mean, that was as bad a performance as I've seen when it comes to blocking the front, understanding who you're supposed to go to, and the technique of it. The technique was just really piss poor. And so, again, my thought process is they've just got to be so much better from a technical standpoint. And part of it, I believe, is like I love the complexity until it costs you. It's great when it costs the defense, but when it costs you, it's time to simple it down. And you made an analogy today on our radio show that really resonated with me. Sometimes you got to go from playing chess to playing checkers. And they got to get back down to checkers. This is Sunday, Simple Sunday. Let's simple it down, man. Let's not shoot ourselves in the foot, because if you look at what the Broncos are doing, the Broncos just consistently shoot themselves in the foot. And it is hard to overcome 2nd down and 10, 2nd down and 11. Like those things are it's really hard to put drives together when you're always in a situation where you are second and long.
All right, you want to get to our picks?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, you get to go first.
I get to go first. It's ugly. This is bad. We started off slow, although you've gained on me.
Yeah,
I've had some bad beats.
Our overall record, we're not making. We're not making you money.
No.
Yeah.
You're 8-10.
Yeah.
I'm 9-9. Even money with me. I've had some bad. The Arizona beat was a bad beat.
That was a bad beat.
It's a bad beat.
All right, go ahead.
All right, I've got the Rams -3 over Jacksonville. They're in London. I'm taking the Rams. I've got the Packers -6.5. I don't care who they play. I like the Packers. And then I'm going the Chiefs -12 over the Raiders. I've done a Raiders game. They're not a good football team.
Rashee Rice back this week.
Rashee Rice back. The Chiefs look like they're starting to roll.
Yep, they do. I'm going to go with I'm going to take San Francisco
Brock
to bounce
Purdy back. Brock Purdy back.
And Atlanta, you got a lot more to prove. You're too up and down right now. So I'll take San Francisco -2.5 against Atlanta. I'm going to take Detroit over Tampa in the Monday night game. I like the Lions to bounce back. -5.5. Here's an upset special. New coach bump. Mike Vrabel going back to Tennessee. Patriots playing their 3rd straight road game. Everyone telling the Patriots how great they are. I'm going to take Tennessee plus the 7.5 as a home dog.
I like it.
We'll see.
All right, we'll see what happens. Hey, thanks so much for making us a part of your day. We truly appreciate it. For Mike, I am Mark. Thank you. Make sure you subscribe. Share it with all your friends and family if you like it. If you don't, keep your mouth shut. It's Guy Code. We'll talk to you guys later on next week. Well, I'll talk to you guys Monday.